It's the Caleb MTG Show.
Whew. We got a whole new deck now. What do we feel like doing? Man, I haven't seen this Titania in a hot minute. One more lands, put in your graveyard. Oh, yeah. It's all out of play with the, that land pitcher deck. Slurmog or whatever the fuck. That bug 3/3 where you could like discard 3 lands to rebuy it or something. I don't know. I hated that deck so much. I always felt so stupid when I played against it. Verdant Dread. Now that's a nice, simple card. I kind of like Nahiri. I haven't gotten to play with a Nahiri in a hot minute. I like Nahiri a bit more when Emrakul's in the format, but still good. Still a good one. I like an Inquisition. I like a lot of these cards. Arlen Cord. We got Moon Vigil Adherence in here. Interesting. Should we see if Mill's any good? 13 cards feels like a lot in a 40-card format, and I've seen other cards that were Mill-based. What do? When you discard cards, you pump things. Yeah, I love Priest of Forgotten Gods. I gotta get a Priest of Forgotten Gods draft in one of these. We got Geralf's Masterpiece. We got Geralf the Fleshwright. We got some zombies, some zomboners. Novice Inspector is good. Target player discards any number of cards and draws that many cards. Steal the Show deals damage equal to the number of instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard to target creature or planeswalker. I think I like Murderous Rider. One of the mill cards I saw was like when you cast a spell, somebody mills some, so like the cantrips make sense, but I think we want to be kind of removal centric. Might be abandoning that Nahiri. I mean, might be abandoning the Murderous Rider. Take this thing, I guess. Suppose. Seasons passed. That's got to make somebody happy. Mill 3 cards for each time it was kicked. Oh, but I milled the 3. Okay. Let's grab Bauble. No justice for Bruna. No justice for Bruna. You can't get away with just playing fucking 7 drops in this cube. How many times could I have done that? A whole bunch? Hey, C-Stone. C-Stone says, welcome back, Caleb. I hope it feels good to know that despite instantaneous access to all media ever made by humans, when you're gone, there's nothing to watch. I missed you too. Good to be back. Good to be home. Removal spell or draw spell, huh? I ate so much junk food today. Downright unhealthy amount. An entire bag of gummy worms. Now I'm starting in on a bag of caramel peanut clusters. Yeah, all the green cards wield. When did we see the 6-drop vampire? Should I be doing that again? I'll take Delver. You had really good carnitas burrito and some pretty decent elote. Nice. I had some super good Mexican food when I was in Denver. Booty Rooter took me to one of his favorite spots that was apparently like John Beard recommended and stuff. And we get in there, and they're like, there's all these cool masks on the walls, and like the vibes are really good. And then I pull out the menu, and it's like all in Spanish. I'm like, okay, all right. I got this spicy soup with corn in it that was dope. And I had been I'd been off booze for a bit. I guess just a few months, but with all the travel shenanigans, I gave myself some grace. And I had a few drinks on the way during my journey home. Back off it now, but point being, at that Mexican place, I tried a tequila flight, and it had some of the most fucking delicious tequila I've ever had. And the tequila flight came with like dried crickets and like worm salt, like, you know, the tequila worm. I've never eaten the tequila worm or like really drank from a bottle that had one in it, but they had ground up the worm and mixed it with salt to have alongside your tequila flight, and it was goddamn delicious. I did try one of the crickets. Like, how could you not, right? It was exactly what you would expect. It was not very good. A little mana leak here. The Marsh Flats is tempting too. So far, my only mill card is Startled Awake, but you don't need very many. You don't need a ton of them. Laboratory Maniac here trying to tempt me. You'd imagine it tastes mostly like salt. The tequila worm salt? Or the dried cricket? Because the dried cricket did not taste like salt at all. It was just like nutty and crunchy. Actually sounds good. I wasn't into it. But I know some people like them. Oh, fun, Chubachi. You've been cheating his transform with Agatha's Cauldron and Constructed. That Jaren card, gotta be exactly 13. Yerborg's a little tempting. I'm just gonna grab more counters. It's a thing to do. There's a cricket guy in Madison. Have I met him? I have not met the cricket guy. What the fuck are you talking about? Thought Scour mills 2 cards. Huh? I feel like I should be taking Dig Through Time again. Maybe I should grab Regicide. Just 3 mana, 7/6. Or Bloodline Keeper. What a fucking excellent card. You want to try and go out to Denver now? There were some cool things about Denver. There was it seemed like there was a lot of cool art everywhere. I went to a comic shop. There was like basically a museum. I think Repeal is actively good in this cube. I've seen a lot of big tokens and token makers and stuff. Very clean answer. Mile High Comics was the name. It was like everywhere you looked, you saw like some $5,000 comic in a display, and then they had all these like giant, like larger than life figures everywhere for all this nerd shit. I spent like an hour and a half there, and I think I could have spent way more than that. But I was hungry. I don't think I'm playing Lab Maniac. Yeah, giant warehouse full of nerd stuff. Yeah, even if you don't want to buy overpriced nerd stuff, very much worth going to. Worthwhile wandering and window shopping. Yeah, I like Scarab God here. Almost looks like that's what I was building towards, huh? Should have been green. I think I still haven't done a green draft. So as good as Intrude the Mind has been to me, what the deck needs right now is interaction. I'm going to grab this Dead Weight. This little cheap little removal thing. Oh man, I remember Dream Eater being fucked up. And I like Jace. Oh, I didn't take the dig through time earlier. Could take Treasure Cruise. I think I want that Shipwreck Marsh. Just take the fixing over there. One of those good ones. Fetch is interesting. Animate Dead's interesting. Bouncer's quite good, as we saw in our last draft. Could just take Salvation. I'll grab Bouncer. Oh, there's that Tidecaller card I was talking about. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, target player mills 3 cards. Okay. If I wasn't grabbing it, I think I'd be on that Fell, because we are a little bit light on removal. Yeah, I don't know how successful of a mill deck we're going to be. It feels like I needed like one more mill thing. Ooh, a Sewers. Four lands here. So we need like 8 playable. You think I got most of the mill cards? So I saw the artifact that can like exhaust. I think that might be the best one in terms of just like milling by itself. We did not get the Wrath plus mill 1/2 now. No, we just have Startled Awake and Tidecaller for the most part. Jace sort of mills, and yeah. Just needs a little bit of time, I guess. Essentially a control deck. Yep. Always were. I think I like Impulse over Flow State, even though we can turn on Flow State. I think the instant speed nature of Impulse is good in this deck. With all our 2 mana things. Hey, that Intrude on the Mind came back. Wow, Vantisar going this late. I would not be surprised if Vantisar was one of the better cards in this cube. 3 mana Death Touch Lifelink might just be where it's at. We have a little bit of lifelink with the Murderous Rider. We cannot Startled Awake ourselves. It says opponent. The Tidecaller can self-target. Yeah, the Exhausting Millstone card was probably our biggest miss. Got some cuts to make. How do we feel about pieces of the puzzle? It does self-mill, if I want to think about the self-mill win. Fills the bin for the Rise from the Tides, too. That's kind of cool. It's weird, but I'm going to cut Delver. And I think Dungeon Geists. And then I guess that Animate Dead. Keep everything as like instant and sorcery as I can. Maybe I'm supposed to cut the demon. Just have this be the deck. So this is 11 blue and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 black. Is Pylon good with so few creatures? Pylon is good with so few removal spells. We're just treating it as a 4-mana removal. Does not have to be better than that. I think I can go down to 9 black. I don't want to add a land, even though we're like kind of a control deck, because we have so many cantrips that are going to help us hit land drops, whether we wanted to or not. Those are some very cool sleeves. I only haven't seen these before. Love them. Oh, man. That would have been a great card to Syncopate. There'll be other targets, though. Our main question here is, do we flashback this thing twice or leave it in the bin for the Rise from the Tides? It's the opposite of what I wanted to do. Not the best target for a repeal I've ever seen. I don't know, maybe I could find like a counter. The Yahenni would have been a much better repeal target. Alright, Soren, what are you doing? It's weird, but I will bounce it, yeah. Hello. I just done got boulder dashed. Could kill the Soren. Let's lead on this one. Yeah, I think I should have piled on to the Soren. That's madness. Madness, I tell ye. Alright, fair enough. Interesting. I mean, if we untap with the Jace, we win. If we don't, I think we lose. Kind of how this goes. They do get to draw 2. Did they draw Planeswalker removal? Do I get to win? Reading card, yeah, glancing at a card. All these cards, yeah. Oh, they tried to get Trixie. They were like, "We'll just win when they do when they do the mill there." I'll just kill it with the activated ability on the stack, and then they'll deck. Easy. Easiest win of my life right here. God, I'm so clever. Yeah, I'll Thought Scour myself there. Like, I could have just held on a Tidecaller instead of running it out. That said, I'm gonna just run it out again. Green black, eh? Black Source for this dead weight would be pretty choice. I think that's worth countering. I'm going to mill them this game. What do we get? I don't know if I've seen this Gitrog. Horror of Zava. 4-mana 6/6. If it's untapped and you put a sack a non-token creature to tap it, and then you seek a land and landfall, you can say, okay. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Emrakul the Promised End. That could be a real dangerous card when your opponent's aggressively milling you. Blast main? Hell yeah. Troubling. What do they want from their graveyard? They want a Gitrog, Horror of Zava. Might as well serve in, get you 2 life. Won't take any damage thanks to my expert crab defense. Your Vampire Noble attack is ineffective. Just suckling on that blue crab blood. You ever see the pictures of the labs where they're harvesting that blue crab blood? It's like, I don't know, it's like some Matrix type shit. It's very disturbing in my opinion. Hey, it's good to be back, Mark. Very good indeed. Oh shit, what up? Hey, WebB, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 39 months. Cheers. Yeah, I think they're thinking about if they want to sack to the Aristocrat here. Or just let it get bounced. So we don't want to put Tidecaller in front of the Aristocrat because they can still do that, right? They could still sack the Blood Artist and need the Tidecaller, and I don't want to do that. Just going to do this, probably just going to take a damage. And they're just going to replay their Vampire Lured. As is their right. And we're going to get a little Scabby G down. Good old Scabby G. Love a cube with Scabby G in it. Wonder what we're going to be exiling, huh? I don't think we have any creatures, no. I shall decline the sacrifice. Non-token creature. So I can't even sack my crab. Or Scabby G tokens. How did blue-white finish? 7-0. Yeah, white-black went 6-3. Blue-white went 7-0. And then this deck's pretty fresh. Still has that new deck smell. $14 cards left in their library. So fresh and so clean. I think I want, as funny as it is to have a 4/4 Emrakul, I think I want Sylvan Caryatid. And then we're going to give her the old double block here. Can't get too loosey-goosey with our life total now when they've got a Blood Artist and a Sack Outlet on board. Not often you see a Scarab God, right? What an iconic Magic card, too. They're at 14. This is 5 plus 3 is 8. 9, 10, 11. Five plus 3. There's another 8, putting down to just a few cards. I think I'm going to Scarab God here. Oh, wait, we did have it. Because I was like, Thought Scour draws a card, but then I won't have the mana for 1 black from Grasp and 2 black from Murderous Rider. But the Caryatid would have given me the 2nd black source, and I could have won this turn. Well, hopefully that doesn't bite me, That's even why I got the Caryatid back, was so that I would have like another mana source. And then I just forgot that I had it. Probably okay. Like, even if they answer the Tidecaller, the Scarab God can rebuy it. But y'all see how the win was there. If I don't play the God. Scour them, get a mill of 3, another mill of 2, draw the Murderous Rider. Play these 2 more spells. Mill another 6. What's Slicer doing? Rebuying something? I feel like Slicer used to be really, really good. It's probably still good in this cube. This cube's a bit lower power than we've been seeing, which I'm greatly enjoying. It didn't really matter what we were gonna remove or what have you. Cool. That was just Tidecaller by itself. Milling in limited is so bittersweet. Why is it bittersweet? It's against the rules of my channel, Passelbox. So, the first time you do it, just a warning. Just, hey, in the future, keep lines until after I make a play. And then you can ask questions and stuff. It's hard, especially when like a lot of those streamers don't have rules against it. But a lot of streamers do have rules against it. More commonly outside the Magic community. The beginning of your end step, get a wolf. So this will flip. I'm just going to kill it now, yeah. I want to hold up Mana Leak. But I don't want to take 3 and then like have to remember to kill it before and end up turning really get their value 2/2s. Torgal, just a mana drink? Sure. Jimmy the Beard, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 47 months. Dane Deer with the sub with the 7 months. Appreciate you, Dane. This track has 43 million views, and I've never heard it. It's not bad. I don't listen to much pop. Mayhem. May cast this card from your graveyard for 2 if you discarded it this turn. Okay. So we counter it. It's still countered. Do I want to counter it? I guess. Oh, they can pay. Because it's the dork. I guess not. Fine. I didn't want to counter it anyway. We only get to smack in for 4. Sure. Was I too young for its peak? No, I just didn't really listen to pop music. Kind of a cute card. So, like, I'm like kind of low on having like super complicated arena cards, but I think this one's pretty straightforward and kind of cool. Like, it was very easy to grok what this thing did. Oh, it's an artifact. So they turned on their woodland there too. Cute. You like this Innistrad version a lot more than the last one? I didn't play the last one at all, so I don't really have a point of comparison. I've heard that game beard. Yeah, somebody in the chat was saying they didn't like it very much in the Discord. But yeah, I didn't get to play it, so I can't really comment. It'd be nice to get this Jace down, but I think I want to hold up my counters here. That's what I think. Just going to do this and pass. Mr. Witless thinks for the sub, thinks that's 68 months there. Mr. Witless says, Jesus Christ! Is that the Magic the Gathering Cube God Caleb Durwood screaming at my internet tubes? You're goddamn right, Mr. Witless. That's exactly what it is. Uh-oh. Numont's been boycotting this cube. Why is this one premium prices? Cubes used to be like 4,000 gold. Yeah, 4,000 gold is a lot better. I'm gonna trample or anything. All right. I would much prefer. I watched a breakdown. Someone in the Discord linked me a breakdown of like the EV of this cube versus the other one, and the person was like, so the EV is much better. And it didn't really pass the smell test for me. like being able to break even at the 5th win instead of the 6th win, I don't think matters that much for the average drafter when the buy-in is 2.5 times the regular amount. Tidecollar's been pretty sick. Hey, Tater Chimp, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 32 months. Well, maybe I misspoke, Emptied Xians. Maybe it's 4 versus 5 or whatever. Then add the best of 1 plat player base, and normal peeps are pushed to low 50%. Well, normal people are going to be at like 50% win rate regardless, right? That's just how percentages work. But I agree that like as people scrub out, if the worst players scrub out quicker, it does lower everybody else's win rates because the format gets tougher and tougher. Because your average opponent gets stronger and stronger. I would rather more people got to play more drafts. And I would like to... I like playing against strong opponents, but I like getting 7-0s too. Like, it's both fun. Especially when it's a new cube that people aren't that familiar with. Having a really cheap point of entry makes people way more likely to, like, risk their entry fee on a new cube. Risk their gold, risk their gems. Ah, damn. Hey, bring it, Fubis. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 67 months. How's my vacation? The first half was awesome. Just getting to, like, disconnect and stuff and see a bunch of sick music. The second half was kind of hell, but I'm very glad to be home. You got it. Startled Awake puts them on 5 cards. Oh, fuck, you was actually on vacation? You were trolling? Hilarious. Hilarious. Yeah, I went to on a camping trip up in Montana. Combination camping trip, metal festival, Blackfeet tribe, powwow. And then I had a long series of airports closing and having to rent a car to drive to nearby cities and stuff like that. Planes rerouted and canceled and sold out and yada yada. So I was supposed to be back on Monday, and it's Friday now. My graveyard, please. This one, please. Your turn. Sick. kind of want to keep it just so that we have just all the counters in the universe. We gonna play some stuff? We are. I don't think I'm gonna have the casualty for that for a minute. And then I'm probably gonna fire off Syncopate on whatever they do this turn. Oh, I didn't tell you all about the Uber driver that almost killed us twice. We were talking about the fires and how we'd probably be having to like drive into them. And he was like, "Oh, I've got an app for that." And he's just like a super old man, just extremely nice and stuff. But he like is like struggling to like show us the app on his phone as he's driving us. And he starts swerving into the other lane, and there's like cars in the other lane. Like we're on a highway, you know. So we're like yelling at him to like keep his eyes on the road. And it's like hard to yell at a like kindly old man, but also we don't want to die. And then when he stops at the next light, he goes back to trying to show us this app, which we don't care about. We can fucking Google. we're not like tech inept, right? And then the light turns green, and he's like still like fuddling with stuff, and like there's cars behind him like honking, and he doesn't hear them because like his hearing's not that good. I almost asked him to just like drop us off. That I've only done once. When I was in a car. That was a taxi though. I was in Chicago and I had a taxi do a hit and run. He like is like swerving through traffic. And he's in the wrong because he's just like swerving around traffic in an intersection. And he grazes somebody and they stop and he turns around and he's like, "I'm just going to go." And I'm like, "What?" And he just like fucking guns it. But yeah, I felt bad. I did give the old man a bad review. It is only the second time I've given an Uber driver a bad review. The first time was a drunk driver. Kind of an obnoxious card to deal with, that Unstoppable Hum. Take a few removal spells. I think it's worth countering. Oh shit, they got me. Alright, fair enough. Scarab God this thing with the trigger on the stack. Could do. I feel like they like might need to play a sweeper to answer this Rise from the Tides, and if they play a sweeper, they're answering their own slasher, which they're probably fine with because they at least draw a card. But then we got this Scarab God and other stuff in reserve, so it's probably fine. Oh shit. Fair enough. Does this target? No, exile a creature card. Bam, bam. I mean, they kind of got to do something here, right? Because the Scarab God, if it lives, at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses X life and you scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. It just seems like I've got a lot of zombies over here is all. Hey, Sub Commando Zacho. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 112 months. Warren asked if I was down for a stip after this. Let me check how many rounds deep we are after this game. No, they passed my Scarab God. My plans, my beautiful plans. Lifelink, They have 18 cards. I have 15 cards. So if I shrink the lifelinker, it's not quite good enough. 7 attackers, 4 blockers, only 6 damage gets through. I can clear the Sorin. Does that do it? Oh, it's whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So killing the lifelink blocker prevents them from. Killing the Vein Ripper is not that good. They get it back with the Pharaoh's Gift. This is a bad spot. Think I'm not in a good spot, and that's what I think. Think this kills me. Opponent in the old tanker. Jeebers. Yeah, they serve all in. I die because blocking with zombie tokens triggers the Vein Ripper. So they would only need 2 creatures to die with the Vein Ripper attacking, you know. I think if I draw that Startled Awake card here, I win and lose otherwise. Might as well try for it. Well, foot, That would have worked out. I think I probably should have chosen black in immediate retrospect. Yeah, countering whatever their turn 2 play that they're ramping into does buy us a little bit of time. Now I have to decide whether I want to Tidecaller pieces. I'm just going to pieces. Now next turn we can Tidecaller and then use it for Invoke on Pylon to kill whatever they played this turn. Hey, Humanity! Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 104 months. Humanity says, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. I'll fucking drink to that. Yum. They didn't do anything. Little dangerous milling green-black opponent. Danger is my middle. No, my Jace! My Jace! My beautiful Jace! Oh shit, what up? Hey, Dirk80, thanks for the sub. Thanks for sharing the prime. Take my monies. I will indeed. Yeah, I'm into it. Doesn't have can't be countered on it, does it? Oh, it does. Alright, fair enough. Doesn't want to tap my Tidecaller. Whatever. Ooh, Night's Whisper. Little Night's Wispy. They're down to 15 cards. They're just fucking dead. They are just fucking dead. Alright, it's your turn. That was sick. We didn't do shit. We just sat there for a million years and played some mill spells. Opponent goes first. I'm probably going to name black with Crossroads. And then just accept the scry. Yeah. I'm going to keep basically any non-land there. Fuck Athalia. All my homies hate Thalia. They're kind of protecting each other, right? Because now there's Ward 1 on Thalia. So to Murderous Rider the Thalia, I would need 5 mana. That's so much mana. Murderously riding on my turn because of the Flooded Strand. You don't want to spend all this and run into some counter after you let them untap. Right now they're a little bit under the threat, under their own Thalia, where they can't have too many interactions there. They can't have too many responses. So playing Startled Awake right now, Mill's fucking 23, and they have 25 cards. Because of the Thalia attacks. I think I need to live, though. So I'm just going to run out Murderous Rider here. And I believe the flip side of Westvale Cult Leader is still 2 if I was going to try and repeal it. I guess the Cult Leader is going to give them a token in a turn. So that could have bounced too. Awesome. Gotta make your land. Don't forget your land drop. That would have been embarrassing. Beauty. Gonna run out the Tidecaller on turn 1 against an island opening. Just hope they can't answer it. I think one of us is misunderstanding one of these cards, Mark. It's okay. Could ponder for a blue source, play this Hard Evidence, or I could just Night's Whispering. Let's do the ponder thing. Cool. Oh yeah, Triflin. Jace Memory Adept is fucked up in 40 card formats. 30 card would be something else. I was correct. Sounds like me. No, my O2. That's all right. Got a couple mils off of it. Kill this thing. I think it's slightly better to think twice than crack Clue. Some cards in my deck care about putting spells in the bin. Good chance they answer this Jace that I just slammed here, but it resolved. And like getting it down when you know it's going to resolve is pretty good, because at least you get that value, right? At least you get to draw a card, whereas if it gets countered, you don't even get to draw a card. And we get on tap with it, we're in a pretty good spot. Why am I so warm? I checked the EC earlier. It looked correct. Going face. Reads like they've got a removal spell for the Jace, but they didn't fire off her removal. Maybe they want me to mill them. Maybe I'm playing into their hand like the foolish fool that I am. They just like play their own Jace. I really liked the game earlier where my opponent let me untap with Jace because I had 3 cards left, and then I activated to mill myself, and they'd been sandbagging a removal spell, and they were hoping that I would deck myself, but I had Thought Scour to respond to the removal spell for the win. That was fun. Ouchie. So they answered the Jace, but they do have 14 cards remaining. Couple of different ways for us to crack into that. I'm warm because Sir Barrington's warm-blooded and he's standing too close. I didn't see any bears when I was in Montana, but I saw a lot of signs of them. Bear poop, bear tracks, a spot where a bear had like been bedding. It was like right next to where we set up our tent. And you typically don't want to camp near a bear campground, but we had a field of like 2,000 people, and we were like dead center in the middle of it. I was not concerned. They were like blasting heavy metal music. And they had relocated one bear near the start of the fest. Probably the same one. So we were playing a weird mirror this whole time. Do I get to win? You're going to think twice? Might do some thinking. It's cute that we have an honest-to-God Milmir. It's also cute that we got to win. That's my favorite part. The old Millier. Incoming Jace. How are they going to flash in a Jace? To speed that fucking Jace? Probably be easier to instant speed a Lab Maniac, Gotta get those game actions in.